to a 50-minute Vinyasa practice. My name's Kailey. We're going to get started this morning or afternoon or whenever you're joining me, lying down on your front on your mat. If lying all the way down on your front side does not feel comfortable in your body for any reason, you can come into a child's pose. You can press back into really pretty much any shape that you might feel a connection with. I'm just checking sound real quick here. My AirPods, okay, we're good. They seem to want to unsync. But once you do settle into a resting shape, just breathe in, breathe out. Start to land in your space, land on your mat, land in your body. Without forcing it, see if you can lengthen and deepen the breath just a little bit so that there's a more sensory experience to the breath. You might be able to feel the ribs expanding as the lungs fill. Big exhale, see if you can release a little bit of weight through the hips and the pelvis and the shoulders. About 2 more deep breaths here. Last deep breath, big clear inhale through the nose. Maybe open mouth exhale, go ahead and sigh it out. And then bring your awareness into your feet. Feel in space that your feet are right back behind the hips with the toes pointing straight back and the heels pointing straight up. And then slide the fingertips toward the sides of the ribs. Relax through your belly a bit here. Curl up into Cobra, focusing on the back. So focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together toward the middle of your spine. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Come through the center, take a breath in. And then roll it down nice and slow on the exhale. Come back into Cobra, hover the hands here. The palms are facing down, the elbows are squeezing in, and then lift the right leg just a little bit. See if you can activate the right glute, the right hamstrings, the back of that right leg. Big breath in. Lower everything down as you breathe out. We'll do the left side here. Inhale, Cobra, hands hover, shoulders squeeze, left leg lifts. Activating the back side of the left thigh. Lower down on your exhale. Cobra through the middle here. You can keep the hands down if you like, or maybe it feels good to play around with that hover and get more back body activation. And then plant the hands, press up to your hands and your knees, finding a tabletop position. Take a couple circles over the wrists here. Circle through the hips and the pelvis, and then switch the direction of those circles. It's starting to wake up shoulders and pelvis, just letting them know that we're going to be moving. Come through the center, tip the tailbone up, lift the chest and the chin. Find cow pose as you breathe in. And then take cats with the tailbone under, drop the head, maybe give your head a good shake or a gentle little nod. Back into cow, inhale here. Tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths in down dog. Checking in, finding some movement as you pedal off the feet, or maybe give the hips a little sway. Do a little mini warm-up flow here. Shift forward to your high push-up posture. So coming to high plank, think about the core as a cylinder instead of just the front side of the abdominals. Think about really like that 360-degree core strength here. The whole torso is involved. Press the palms not just down, but imagine that you're squeezing your thumbs toward each other. Feel your pecs light up. Shift onto the tiptoes here. Keep the back nice and aligned here, so no scooping the tailbone up or down. This neutral pelvis as you lower all the way down to the chest. We'll do that same little Cobra warm up. Inhale, lift the arms in the right leg. Exhale, lower down. Arms in left leg, breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Keep the feet down. Cobra through the middle on the inhale. Maybe you tighten your fingers and curl up higher. And then hands and knees as you exhale. Couple circles to the right or to the left. Just go both directions a couple times. I keep telling myself I'm going to try and start with left side someday, but I'm a little afraid that it'll turn into a crazy little maze for my mind. Cow pose, inhale. Lift the chest to the chin. Cat pose, exhale. See if you can hug in through the navel center. Find a neutral spine here. Reach the right or the left arm rather back. Send some weight back. Just rotate the left wrist a bit. Circles through that wrist, warming up the hands. Switch the direction of those circles. Shift the weight forward. Inhale the left arm up and open. And then find a threaded needle. We're just going to be here for one cycle of breath. So softening into it, maybe shifting some weight forward. Stay for that exhale. We'll find a side plank variation. As you inhale that left arm back up and open, straighten the left leg back behind you. You're on your right knee and your left foot. Great. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the left hand down, 3-point plank. Press into your hands, right leg comes back. Pause there, come back to that visual of a cylinder for your core. So the back muscles are active, the obliques to the sides of the waist. And then lower the right knee. Inhale for your side plank variation. Maybe you lift the left leg up. Exhale, 3-point plank. We're gonna do one more like that. Side plank variation, breathe in. 3-point plank as you breathe out. Bend the right knee, slow motion. Start to rotate to the outer edge of the left foot, finding your wild thing, right arm comes up. See if you can let this first one be a smaller range of motion. So we're not going for the hugest extension of the spine, perhaps just yet. Maybe focusing on that bottom shoulder. You can even reach the right hand underneath the left underarm and slide that shoulder blade onto the back of the ribs. Full inhale. Low push up. Take your time with it. Slow and controlled movement. Cobra or up dog as you breathe in. And down dog. Let it go. Just checking in with any shifts in energy here, right? Starting to warm up. Stretch out. Shift to your high plank again, breathe in. Lower all the way down as you exhale. Cobra, go ahead and lift the left leg perhaps. We'll do each side. Exhale down. Cobra, lift the other leg, breathe in. Lower down as you breathe out. Come to the center on the inhale. Hands and knees on the exhale. Couple circles in each direction. Really kind of big circles here, so send the weight back towards your heels and forward toward your fingers. Switch direction of those circles. And then find your center. Cow pose, breathe in. Cat pose, breathe out. Neutral spine. This time the right arm goes back. Send a little bit of weight back so that the left hand doesn't have way too much to do here. Circle the right wrist. Switch the direction of those circles. Bring that right arm up. Inhale, find some space. And then thread the right arm under the body. Full breath here through the nose. Long exhale. Side plank variation on the inhale, releasing the right arm, stretching the right leg back behind you. Use your breath to create more space everywhere in the body. Nice long in. Here we go. Exhale, 3-point plank. Coming back to that idea of a cylinder for your core. Drop the left knee. Inhale, side plank variation. Maybe the right leg lifts this time. Exhale, 3-point high push-up. One more. Inhale, side plank variation. Last 3-point push-up in this little set. Bend the left knee, start to rotate slowly to the outer edge of the right foot, finding your wild thing on this side, stabilizing that bottom shoulder. If you're really far back in your feet, so you can send the shoulders directly atop that bottom wrist. Long breath in. And then flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. So you can always skip the vinyasa and just go straight to down dog. When you land in downward facing dog, we're going to start our transition toward the top of the mat. You can lift the heels, maybe soften through the knees a bit. And then however you want to get to the top, big step, a lot of little ones, or a hop. Halfway stretch, slide the palms to the shins as you inhale, find neutral through the pelvis and the spine. Catch the calves as you exhale. Maybe the chin even tucks toward the chest so you feel that stretch in the back of the neck. Slowly roll it up to standing. Let the arms be heavy until they're over the hips. Reach up through the fingers until the shoulders are over the hips rather. And then bring your hands to your heart. Pause for a moment here. Let the eyes soften onto the fingertips or even close. Back to that breath that's a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller, that has some more tactile sensations associated with it. And then bring your awareness to your shoulder blades. Bring your awareness to the back of the head and to your sacrum. So your lower back, that flat bone at the bottom of the spine. See if you can bring those 3 points into the same plane as if you were standing right up against a wall. Chin might have to tuck a little bit to accomplish that. Soften the shoulders back. Notice if the chin's jutting forward, drag it back gently. See if you can hold the body in a position where you're fully feeling centered, or at least working toward that sense of connection. One deep, clear breath right here in mountain pose. In through the nose, out through the mouth, let it go. Blink the eyes open, reach your arms up on your inhale, full body stretch. Hinge at the hips as you fold forward, soft through the knees on the exhale. Halfway stretch here, breathe in. Plant the hands, step just the right foot to the back of the mat and lower the right feet down. And into your supported crescent lunge here, the right toes can tuck or they can be untucked, whatever feels best. Again, find that energy in the core. So instead of taking it into a huge back bend, just, I promise we'll do some spinal extension if that's what you're here for, if that's what you're really looking for. It's so important. I'm learning as I work through some of my own back stuff to create that centered space so that we can move into these big, huge ranges of motion in a way that's stable. Lift up, lift the ribs away from the hips, drawing in through all sides of your abdominals. Now go ahead and take it into a little bitty back bend. If that feels good, bend the elbows into that goalpost or trident shape. Deep breath in. Plant the hands, step back high to low push-up or straight to down dog, taking it through your flow. From downward facing dog, felt good to hang out in up dog for a second there. Lift the right leg, breathe in. Step the right foot between the thumbs, soften the left knee down this time, and then come back on up into your supported lunge on this side. Tuck the tailbone just a smidge here, and then energetically send the hip points forward toward the front of your mat. About 2 more deep breaths. Bring back to center with each exhale. Bend the elbows as you inhale, lift the chin, and then step to the top of the mat on the exhale. So fingers down, left foot meets the right. Halfway lift, breathe in, fold forward and breathe out. Rise it with your inhale, stretch, maybe you look up. Bring the hands to your heart once more, coming back to center. Arms up as you breathe in. Bow forward, long exhale. Halfway stretch on the in-breath. This time the left foot's gonna step to the back of the mat. First, keep the knee lifted. And then go ahead and tent the fingers around your right foot as you shift forward and backward a couple times. So we're actually mobilizing the left foot and ankle a bunch here, as well as engaging the legs. We're gonna take it into our Dragonfly Twist. So left hand down, inhale, your right arm comes up and open. Send that right hip crease back. You can even use the right thumb and bring it into that hip crease and drag it back and down so the pelvis is level. Breathe in. Flow through your vinyasa. Step the right foot back. Lowering down or coming straight into down dog. From downward facing dog, we're still on the left. Inhale your left leg up. Step the left foot between the thumbs. Tap the fingers around the left foot. Right knee stays lifted. Maybe you drag the ball of the right foot back a bit. And then shift the weight forward and backward. Bringing a lot of awareness into your right ankle. Find an alignment where your left knee is stacking over the left ankle. Right hand stays down. Inhale, the left arm peels open. Working to gently stack the shoulders of the hips and then come back to that little awareness of your left hip crease. Breathe in. Step to the top of the mat for your forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway stretch. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Rise with the inhale. Big full body stretch here. Bring the hands to the heart. Coming back to center. Last time we'll add that little piece in. Reach up on the inhale. Or fold forward on the exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in. This time we're going to flow straight through to down dog. You can choose if you want to step or hop back to your little push-up. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Right leg up on an inhale. Step the right foot forward on the exhale. Bring the right arm up. So you're finding your Dragonfly Twist here. Breathe in. And then bring the right hand down inside of your right foot. Pivot your toes toward the left. Keep the fingers at the top of the mat as you straighten the right leg, bend your left knee. Finding a really big side stretch. So fingertips are still at the top of the mat. Maybe you reach your hands to the outside of the right leg. Look back between your feet. All right, from your lunge, bring the hands down, pivot the toes forward toward the top of the mat. And then we're gonna come into Dragonfly again. Inhale, right arm lifts. Find extended side angle this time. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh, or maybe the right hand to the floor inside of your right foot. Left arm up, or finding a variation that works for your body. So you can bring the hand to the hip, or reach the left arm forward. But feel into the connection between the knife edge of your left foot and your mat. And then feel into your center here. So pretty big range of motion in this side angle. See if you can find some stability through the core, through the trunk. We're going to take this into Crescent Lunge or Warrior One, whatever feels best in your body. For me, spinning that back heel up makes a lot of sense as you lift your arms up, but for some folks, it might make sense to keep that left heel down. And if you're not sure what makes sense for you, totally cool place to explore a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, find a prayer twist to the right. We're going to shift the weight to the front foot. Find standing mountain. Inhale, or one-legged mountain. Inhale the left knee up and the arms up here. And then fly it back into airplane pose on your exhale. Tip the chest down gently. Level the pelvis a bit. And do a little scanning for your body. Where can you create some more stability? From airplane, we're going to step back to reverse warrior. Bend the right knee, inhale, the right arm peels up and open, and then cartwheel the hands, step back, flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet up in a downward facing dog, like a reset. Left leg up on an inhale. Step the left foot forward as you exhale, dragonfly, breathe in. And then we've got our awkward kind of side bend. Bring the hands down at the top of the mat. Pivot the toes toward the right. Straighten the left leg. Bend your right knee deeply. So it's so important to get these lateral motions in the body, this side to side action. Most of the day-to-day movements that we do are really forward or backward, and side to side is super important. We'll take it back to Dragonfly Twist, pivot the toes, inhale, the left arm comes up. Extended side angle, spin your right heel down, set it up with the left hand either on the floor or the left elbow right above the knee. Deep, clear breaths through the nose when you can. Take it back to Crescent Lunge here or Warrior One. Inhale, arms up, reaching the wrists over the shoulders. For your twist to your left. Shift the weight to the front foot. We're gonna find that single-legged mountain. Inhale, right knee. It's like always a little more wobbly for me. And then airplane pose, fly it back on the exhale. Slow control. Step the right foot back, reverse your warrior, deep bend your left knee on your in-breath. Cartwheel your hands, step it back, flow through your vinyasa, or take it straight into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, walk your hands to the back of the mat. Find ragdoll for a moment at the very back of the mat. Feet are about hip distance in that down dog stance. Feel free to take a nice generous bend in the knees. Maybe find a little bit of a sway. Come through the center here, releasing the hands down. We're gonna come into chair pose at the back of the mat. Inhale your arms up. Feet can stay at that hip distance if that feels good for you. If you feel way better with the big toes touching, walk the feet in. Imagine that you're squeezing the inner thighs toward one another here and squeezing the inner edges of your heels toward one another. So we'll get a little activation in the inner thighs. Take a full inhale. Exhale, keep the knees bent as you walk the hands forward just till you're on all fours in bear pose here. In bear pose, we're gonna tap the knees down and lift the knees up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it back, keep the knees bent, take it into chair pose, breathe in. Lightning chair, breathe out. 3 more, inhale, ooh, found a cat there. Exhale into lightning chair, sorry, my love. 2 more, breath in and out. Chair on the inhale. This time walk it back into bear on the exhale. Tap the knees down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2. This is our core today. 1, back to chair pose. Inhale, reach up. 3, lightning chair on the exhale. Chair pose, breathe in. Lightning chair, breathe out. Once more, inhale. Exhale, walk it out into bear. This time we're here for 10. Tap the knees up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. High push up on 1. Walk the feet back. Oh, the quads feel so much better with those knees straight, right? Drop the knees down so you're in a supported plank, and then bend the elbows 1/3 of the way back. Straighten the elbows. Bend 1/3 of the way back. Arms straighten, elbows bend. Feel free to do this on your toes if you want. We're here for 3. We're in a vinyasa through on 1, 2, and 1. Flow through your vinyasa or just come straight to downward facing dog. Clear that out. Deep breath in through your nose. Long exhale, maybe through the mouth. Relax the jaw. Right leg up on the in-breath. Step through on the exhale. We'll change it up just a little bit. Dragonfly twist, so same start here, breathe in. We're gonna skip that side bend. Extended side angle as you breathe up. Take the left arm up on the inhale. Hang out for the exhale. Crescent lunge. Pivot the back heel if you need. Reach the arms up, breath in. Twist to your right just for your breath out. Single leg mountain at the top. Inhale, lift the left knee and the arms. Airplane on the exhale. Fly it back. Empty, empty, empty. Reverse warrior. Take a breath in and take a peek that he wasn't on the back of the mat. Cartwheel the hands down. Keep the front knee bent for a moment. We're going to find that 3-point plank. Inhale, right leg back. Push the mat away on the exhale. Bring your right knee down. Side plank variation as you breathe in. Maybe the left leg lifts. 3-point high plank as you breathe out. We've got 2 more side plank variations in this set. Inhale. Exhale. So we'll try and always do 3. Sometimes I count a little funky. Inhale. And by that, I mean I count poorly. Exhale, find your 3-point high plank wild thing this time. Slowly rotate to the outer of the left. Go ahead and find maybe a little bit more range of motion. If you feel centered in it, breathe in and then flow through your vinyasa to down dog. So that's gonna be our little flow. And we may revisit that chair business at some point. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Dragonfly as you breathe in, find some rotation, extended side angle as you breathe out. We're here for a full breath cycle. In, press through the knife edge of the back foot as you empty, and then lift your right heel. Inhale, crescent lunge. Prayer twist to your left. Single-legged mountain at the top. Inhale, reach up. Airplane, fly it back. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, find that 3-point high push-up. Full breath in. Stay for the breath out. When we flow, we're just coming straight to that on the exhale. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, side plank variation. Exhale, 3-point plank. 2 more side planks. Inhale, peel it open and lift. Exhale, 3-point plank. Last side plank variation here. Inhale it up. Exhale, bend the left knee, rotate open for your wild thing. Remember this one, we're maybe finding some more extension, but not going past a place where you feel like you can support yourself with your center. Breathe in, flow through that vinyasa, meet me in downward facing dog. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Look forward with empty lungs. Shift the weight toward the hands as you lift your toes, and then maybe you hop to the top of the mat. Find your halfway stretch as you breathe in. Hold forward as you breathe out. Chair pose here. Big toes might touch in this variation. Inhale. Prayer twist to your right. Hold this prayer twist for a moment. Bringing some awareness into the spine. See if you can send the tailbone back and the crown of the head forward. As you drag the tailbone back, with the shoulders pull back as well. Maybe you open your arms up here. You can use your left fingers on the floor for just a little bit of traction. Deep breath in. We're finding balancing half knee. Bring the right hand down and then lift the left limbs up. Totally okay to bring that right hand off the floor or maybe onto a wall or a piece of furniture if you have something nearby. You can also bring the right hand to the right thigh. Nice long inhale. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Chair pose, breathe in. We've got the other side here. Prayer twist to your left. Use your breath to create a little bit more tactile sensation in this twist. So feeling that spiral with your breath from the inside out. Arms open, long inhale. Half moon, left hand down, right limb lift. Notice if you're holding tension in the face anywhere. Practicing, not making it harder than it has to be. That's a lot of what my practice is on my mat. Right? Can you bring a quality of peace or ease here? One last inhale and then Hold or goddess pose. Let's do goddess at the top, excuse me. So feet wide, heels and toes out, and goddess pose at the top. The hands can come into Namaste or Anjali Mudra, or it might feel like a good place to circle out the wrists. Breathe in. Hold forward as you breathe out. Feel to the feet a bit closer together. Halfway stretch on the inhale. Plant the hands, step or float back through your vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. That whole thing from the top. Right leg starts. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it through. Dragonfly. Inhale the right arm. Extended side angle, pivot the back, heel down. Take a full cycle of breath. You might look up toward your left thumb. Stay for the exhale. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Twist to your right. Exhale. Single-legged mountain here. Breathe in. Fly it back to airplane as you breathe out. We're going to add in a little bit. Find your Shiva squat. Hands can come to the heart, or they can come to the floor, tempting the fingers. Maybe you have a wall or a piece of soft furniture, ideally, in front of you. I've got pretty hard glass. It's not the best choice, but we do what we do. Inhale, back to your mount, or back to your airplane, excuse me. Exhale to your Shiva squat. Airplane, 2 more times. Breathe in. Shiva squat, breathe out. Last airplane pose, inhale. Bring the hands to the heart and then rotate into balancing half moon, lifting the left leg, maybe bringing the right hand down. Reverse your warrior. Take a full breath in. Cartwheel the hands. Here comes our 3-point plank on the exhale. Right knee under the hip. Inhale, side plank variation. There's 1 of 3. Exhale, 3-point plank. Side plank variation, breathe in. 3-point plank, breathe out. Last side plank variation, inhale. Keep the right knee bent, come straight into wild thing. Exhale, stay here for just the in-breath. And then flow through to downward facing dog, 1 side to go. Left leg lift, inhale. Left foot forward, exhale. Left arm open, breathe in. Extended side, breathe out. Full cycle of breath. Staying for that exhale. Crescent lunge, take your time. If you need more, look up toward the ceiling. Twist to your left. Single leg mountain on the inhale. And then airplane is your exhale. Here's our Shiva squat series. Bring the hands to the heart. Up into airplane, breathe in. Shiva squat, breathe it out. Slow controlled movement if you can, 2 more. This time we're gonna find balancing half moon, left limbs down, right limbs open, maybe bringing the hands to the heart, but still spinning the chest to the right. Ooh. And then reverse your warrior if you're not already there. Deep inhale. Cartwheel the hands. 3-point plank on your exhale. Side plank variation. Inhale. Here's 1. 3-point exhale. 2 more. Last one, keep the left knee bent as you rotate for your wild thing. Deep inhale there. And then flow through your vinyasa. Home stretch, last little bit of pretty hard work. From downward facing dog, walk the hands back toward your feet. Take it into chair pose. We're gonna do a little ladder here. Breathe in. 2 lightning chairs, exhale. Chair pose on the inhale. Second lightning chair, exhale. Walk the hands into bear pose. Swing the knees side to side here. Try and keep the hips still. For 2, for 1, walk it back, chair. 4, inhale. Lightning chair, exhale. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pump the breath. Last one. Exhale it to bear. Walk the hands forward. This time drop the knees and lift for 4, 3. Try and keep the hips in line with the shoulders. 2 and 1. Chair. Walk it back. Last one. 6. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Open mouth exhales if you need. The idea here is to keep the knees bent, to keep that activation in the thighs. Last one, walk it out to your bear. Squeeze the thighs toward each other, but keep the knees apart. Tap and lift for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, high plank on 1. Step the feet to the back of the mat. Swivel the heels side to side, releasing that tension in the thighs, shifting it up toward the abdominals into the obliques. We're going to take that push-up variation in 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows bend a third of the way and straighten. Drop the knees if you need for 5, 4, 3, keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. 2, lower all the way down on 1. Make that little pillow for your forehead once more. And just tuning back into your breath. There's the bar. Press it back to a seated position on your heels. Bringing the hands to the thighs, perhaps. And the eyes closed and coming back to that awareness of where the shoulder blades are in space. So we've got the shoulder blades in the back of the scalp and the sacrum. Triple S, 3 S's. Trying to bring those 3 points to the same place, same plane rather, back behind you. See how you can support the body here. Sitting in a seat feels really unbearably distracting in terms of discomfort in the body. Go ahead and find another position where you can bring some awareness into the length of the spine. Maybe you use some internal support, right? By just gently finding a lift in the chest and a little move in through that cylinder of the core of the abdominals. Maybe you find some external support. There's moments that we need it, right? So you can always lie down onto your back and use the support of the floor underneath you. Just hang out for maybe 5 to 10 cycles of breath, depending on the pace of your breath here. Giving yourself permission to notice whatever is arising. Be as simple as noticing on the inhale that you're breathing in, on the exhale that you're breathing out. Really creating a space, opening up a space for yourself. But just experience whatever's real for your life in this moment. One last little alignment check. Find a way to create just a little bit more lightness or a little bit more connection to your own center. There's a quality of energy when we have this mindful awareness of the body. Bring it into a posture that feels sustainable. like a little rechargeable battery for a moment. A big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Completely on your back. Do one last little bit. Bend the knees, plant the feet underneath the knees. Bring the arms down by the sides if that feels comfortable, and then tuck your tailbone toward your knees. Push your feet down, squeeze the glutes together, and then lift your hips up. So we'll come into a big extended back bend in a moment here, but before you do that, see if you can activate all of those supporting muscles in the back side of the body, so this posterior chain. Push the feet down, squeeze the thighs together like you've got, I don't know, a block, like a yoga block between the thighs here. Keep the tailbone tucked toward the knees, but lower the hips slowly down, not all the way just till your bum kind of kisses the mat. So keep that tip in the tailbone, take it back up. 4 more, lowering and lifting. Deep, clear breaths through the nose. Keep the tension in the back of the legs. So we're not releasing when you drop the hips, just keeping that hip crease and then opening it back up. Hold it at the top here. Keep the hips lifted. Then start to go past that lift point. You might release the glutes a little bit, walk the feet a little farther apart. Bring the arms underneath your body, interlacing your fingers, finding that extension here. Imagine that the heels are pressing toward the top of the mat. Make sure that they're firm, so you're not going to slide them actually forward, but energetically send the heels forward as your hips lift up and draw back. If you still want a little bit more, bend the elbows more. Bring the heels of your hands to your sacrum. So you're supporting your lower back there, and then maybe you lift one or both of the legs up. Wherever you are, take a last deep breath in, slowly bringing the feet down if they were lifted, and then lower all the way down to your back. Bring your hands to interlace at the back of the neck here. Push into your feet, and then curl up, bringing the chin close to the chest. Keep pressing the lower back down so the back body stays down. We're going to bring right elbow, left knee, left elbow, right knee, right to the left, left to the right. Both knees come into the elbows and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep the knees lifted, keep the head lifted, but bring the arms to your sides, forearms down, legs out and in for 10. If you need more, flex the abdominals as hard as you can, last 5. You still need more, last 3. Keep the legs straight, keep flexing the abdominals as hard as you can. 2 and 1. Drop it down, inhale the arms up over your head. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Bring the elbows into a goalpost shape. Bend the knees once more, but bring the feet all the way toward the edges of your mat, and then slow windshield wipers with the knees. Go slower than you think you need to. So every little millimeter of that massage against the lower back. The next time the knees draw toward the right, keep them there. Adjust the spinal twist in any way. Might feel good to straighten that right leg out underneath you and catch the crook of the left knee with the right hand. Back to the center. Switch sides in your own time. Using these last few moments of your practice, just start to let the whole body, let every system come down. So we worked skeletal muscle, cardiovascular, connective tissue, nervous system for sure. Maybe got a little adrenaline going with some of that. So as you come into Shavasana, go ahead and let the legs stretch. Let the arms relax down by your side, the palms face up. We'll give the body a few moments to assimilate all of that stuff that we shook up and to start the repair processes. This pose in particular is so much about balancing out the work that we just did so that whatever's next in your agenda, you have this sense of energy to move into from an alert but calm place. Awareness back to the space, noticing any sounds, noticing any sensations, maybe starting to create some sensation by deepening your breath or taking some gentle, natural movement. And then taking your time to ease yourself from your back to a seat. So staying in that intentional, deliberate space, moving your body mindfully. When you land, just pausing for a moment here. I was listening to a student of Thich Nhat Hanh yesterday being interviewed, and the interview question really resonated with me. She was asked, how can we be peaceful in a chaotic world? And her answer, so simple, was that a peaceful life is made of peaceful moments. So we have the capacity at any moment to shift toward a space that's a little bit more peaceful, maybe more easeful, more kind, more tolerant, whatever it means for you. Seeing if you can cultivate just a smidge of that here, if not just one precious moment of full peace. Bringing the hands to the heart if they're not already there, lengthening out the spine as you breathe in. Let it go. Awesome work. Thanks for joining me. And we did a little something different today, but I hope it felt good in your body.